What's up, guys? So, back on the project here. Okay, so I lost the assignment. I have my assignment. I lost the school assignment. Just reopen my browser here. My undisclosed browser. My brain is just loading right now. Yeah. Let's get to this assignment here. Blackboard, because it is virtual classrooms. Here we go. Oh wow, sorry if that was directly in your ear holes. Gotta get to my assignments here. As long as you guys do not steal all of my personal information, such as which classes I'm in, then should be good to go. Assessment, assignment. Okay, so all assignments here. I'm just like on here, adjusting settings. Yeah. Here's my assignment. Due on Sunday. It's in 2 days. Oh, I actually have some reading to do. I've already done a good portion of the reading. Would not be able to show you all 0 of my subscribers currently. So, right, function number 2. Because, well, I guess this is actually function 3. So, I left off the last stream, function 2, basically comparing, here, this comment is where I left off. So wine from my first dictionary into my second dictionary. If the wine in the second dictionary is different, it needs to be added. So here, if for string in D2, if it is different than the wine in D1, we are adding that to the dictionary. So that's where we left off, is with a dictionary of wines, wine dictionary for all wines. So we need to add the specific wines, because along with the names of wines, there are the years, and then I guess we'll just finish off with this second function. There's no reason to get into the other functions if we haven't done this first one. I still actually have to finish my first function. I haven't even reviewed with you guys. Oh boy. I feel a sneeze Just gonna pretend I'm not wearing a white shirt. Not that I sneezed on my shirt, I haven't checked. Okay, good, I didn't. Alright, so all the wines are the same. I mean, not the same, added. Courses, computer science, assignments, assignment 9. Oh, that's my submission, so previous programming assignments. No. Assignment basics. No. So I guess this is turning into a tour of my school's homepage. So that's no good. Why am I not seeing assignments? Am I missing something? Oh, PDF. Okay. Back to the merge. This is what I put in here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the interpreter and put in a sample dictionary. D1. I can't really copy and paste this directly into a dictionary here, so I'm just going to make one. So D1. Chardonnay. Quotes. Chardonnay. I'll just do this exact one that's in the in my assignment here. 2017. 5. 2018. 2019 and 2020. So 2018 is 2019, 2020. I got spaces like all over the place. I like to space out my commas. I don't really. I don't space after the colons, just the commas. 2017 5, 2018 9, 2019 20, 2017 5. Skip to value. 2019 45. A lot of 2019. Wow, I'm just like clearing my throat into your guys' brains. So I apologize for that inconvenience. 567 of the 2020s. So that's just Chardonnay. Wow. Definitely, probably, most likely, for sure, doing more than I need to be doing. But it's useful. Quotes. Merlot. Merlot. Okay, so we got 59 units of 2020. We have 1988 units of, that's not right, 3 units of the 1998. Then we have 17 units of our 2019. These are all the years of wine names, of wine types. 2019 is, I guess, when it was bottled, when it was brewed. It's not really specified, but that is the year of the wine that we are taking in. That's what that value is. 2020, 59. 1988 is 3. 2019, 17, and 2018. So notice that these years are not in order in the inventory. So I guess, if maybe the store did not used to stock the 2018. Yeah, they did not used to stock the 2018, but then they added that. So that would be why it's out of order. They don't sort this by year. You could sort this by year, but it's not. It's not sorted for this particular assignment. So that's D1. It's our first dictionary or inventory. Our second here is that's interesting. So here we go. In our assignment, we have Pinot Noir 2019, 1877. Oh, okay, so there could be like all kinds of different wine names. There's not just 3 wine names. There could be many. But we're just going to be dealing with 3 for this example. So Chardonnay. Again, I'm just using this example. Chardonnay. So it is probably important to know if this input value for the wine is always going to be an uppercase or lowercase value. So I'm actually going to figure that out for later. That's not important. If you want to uppercase or lowercase something, it's really easy to do that. You just use dot upper and dot lower. So if you have a function or not a function, if you have a list, let's try it with the string here actually, because upper and lower might, I think this says string formatting. So we have Merlot. Right now it's just uppercase M, so uppercase the L and the T. And now we have like Merlot. So we'll set that equal, we'll actually make this a variable. So L equals Merlot. So if you do L dot upper print L, we're gonna do it in live programming mode. Merlot. So L dot upper. It's interesting. It still prints without uppercasing. I thought that was how you uppercase. So let's try Merlot. Dot Maybe this only works for lists. Let's try putting Merlot in a list. List equals Merlot print list. List I dot lower. It should lowercase format our function here. Our string value should be lowercase. So that's actually not that useful. I've definitely used upper and lower before. So I'm not too sure why this is. So let's try putting I inside of our parentheses. Maybe that's the formatting. Okay, well, this is something that you could easily look up in like any Python tutorial or Python working guide. There's not really a working guide for Python, which is kind of the problem. I can't like ask Python, hey, why isn't this working? And show Python this. Python can't look at this and think and say, oh, well, your problem is blah, 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 blah. So maybe you have to set this to a variable, p equals I dot lower. No, I don't think that's right. Lower I. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna look it up real quick because it does pertain to my homework. I mean, I could my textbook, notebook, Google, all very helpful resources. All right, so yeah, this should work to lowercase this string value. So I'm starting to think that PythonTutor.com is not a very is not a good source of testing for your code. So I'm going to try using the Python interpreter here. Let me finish putting in this dictionary because this is definitely the correct format. I'm not sure why that format would not work. Okay. So, start the name. Oh goodness, I need to find these years. I'm going to take this example here. We have a 2017 5, 2018 9. I was taking the wrong example, wasn't I? Yes, I was. That's okay. I'm going to follow the second example. Oh, I've already made that list, so we're going to be using that one. I mean, I could edit, but that's like kind of what this assignment is. It's just about editing dictionary values. So, Chardonnay Dictionary within the dictionary. Chardonnay. Is it still this mic still working? Oh yeah, the mic is still working. I just wanted to make sure for you guys that it was everything was looking all right. Chardonnay, Merlot, Pinot Noir. So okay, so 2017. 2017. 7. 2019. 2019. 25. 2020. 567. 2019 and 877. That's gonna be for Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir. This is 2019 in the dictionary. Pinot Noir is actually, the string is not going to be within the dictionary value. Double checking my format here. So 2019, 877, they only have one kind of Pinot Noir. Oh, goodness. 2019. Okay. So it's 2019, 877, 877. Chardonnay, 2017, 7. Okay. This is a dictionary. This is a dictionary. This is a key. This is a key. And this is a dictionary. That is our second inventory. So those are 2 inventories. Our code is output. Okay, so here's what we have. So we have a new dictionary with each of these names. So we have Chardonnay. So we have. So I wanted to actually, when I was talking about the lower and uppercase, refer to these names, because sometimes you might put like a capital C at the beginning, sometimes it might be like lowercase c, sometimes a uppercase R. So you want to make sure like the formatting of these are all either entered correctly, or I could make up for it in my code, or both. So Pinot Noir, what do you want to do? My goodness. Well, I mean, I'll put a comment here for dot upper and dot lower. Dot upper, dot lower. I mean, it would just be, so for wine in D1, just add dot wine dot upper upper. So makes that upper, for string in D2, string dot upper. So now everything is uppercase. So all line names are upper. Put that note in there. Okay, so if line in D1 is not equal line in D2, new line equals, this is just adding line. So add line to dictionary. You know, I don't even need this comment because really, like, that is just in the dictionary right there. So, Pinot Noir. I'm just looking at like what I have highlighted, which, as you can see, is a lot. However, if we define merge D1, D2, input 1 year list. Okay, so next thing we need is to fill in these, because right now I just filled everything in with year and num. But we need these. So let's do a new line here. So we have Chardonnay, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir. So our goal is if we need this value, this second key. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that since this year is what we're talking about. So D1 or for I or for key, I'll just say wine for wine in D1. So for wine in D1, D1 wine, this is how I reference this. So for wine in D1, D1 wine, and then year. But this year is going to vary. So for wine in D1, for so I could access it like this. So we could like access like it through the original dictionary. So D1, so wine for year is what we're trying to get the year. So for year in D1, I guess it's D1. For wine in D1, or really it's value. So like, see, we can't use dot values because really it's for year in D1 dot values. Because each value is a dictionary. So for year in, but we can't use this comprehension again. It's so frustrating because like that would make our lives so much easier. For year in D1 dot values, right? Like these are the values in D1. Is this dictionary. So for year and values, that means I'm accessing the keys of this inner dictionary, which would be the year 2017, 2018. So it would be extremely easy to say for year in D1 values, but we can't. So I'm just going to make a new list where I don't have to use D1 values. So basically it'd be for, I'm just going to do for value, or I'm just going to do for inner in D1. We'll first make a new list. So it's actually the first list. So I'm going to make a list of dictionaries. So list here for inner in dictionary. I'm going to append inner, which is a dictionary. So can we append a dictionary to a list? I don't see any problem with that. So let's try. So list equals empty. List dot append. I'm just gonna say the whole dictionary, D1. Enter list. Okay, so we can. So I just put this dictionary inside of a list. So we're gonna do that, except instead of doing the whole list, it's just gonna be the inside list. Dictionary. So for the inner dictionary in D1, that's not actually going to work because this references the key. So for key, you have to like highlight that value because we can't use extremely basic tools for these assignments. This is why it takes me so long to get through my assignments, because we can't use basic tools. Not even tools, they're not even like imports or functions or anything. It's just like basic commands that we're not allowed to use. It's so frustrating. It's really annoying. Extremely annoying, actually. For key, so for each key in this dictionary, list.append, we're gonna that value. So D1 key okay, and so D1 key is equal to the value. So that is how we append these values to a list. So we now have a list of these. So we have two inputs. We have this list and this list, or two dictionaries. So if we're just dealing with this, we need to access the year. Well, here, I'll say list D1, and then we'll do the same thing for list D2. So list D2. And we're only dealing with two inventories here. So for key in D1, list dot. Okay, we'll do the same thing for key in D2. List. So D1, list D2, dot append. Oh boy, append D2 key, which is actually the value. Don't get that confused. Alright. So I'm just going to comment inner. Actually, I'm not even going to comment on this. This is just not. I guess it is obvious that this is just an extraction of that inner dictionary. So, oh my goodness, goodness. List D1, list D2 for key, and D1, list D1. What are we gonna do now? Start in A. So look at these lists that I just made of dictionaries. Made a list of dictionaries, guys. So for I in list D1, so for each dictionary, here's what we're gonna do. So we look at this dictionary. That's Chardonnay, years, Merlot, years, Chardonnay. So, now this is interesting because the method I was going to use isn't exactly the quickest, for sure. However, yeah, I'm not sure if making lists is actually, now that I've already made the list, this is my dilemma that I run into, is that I created this method for extracting this inner dictionary, and it's like we might not even need to extract this inner dictionary. Oh well, no, I don't know. Again, our goal is to get this year. And what, compare it? Do we compare this year with what we need to, so compare this dictionary with this dictionary. But it has to be for the matching key. So let's backtrack before we even extracted those lists. And let's say if key, so if wine in D1 I like how this one popped up blue and this one is not. But for wine in D1, or if wine in D1, I'll just say for wine because that actually means two different things. I'm glad that it popped up blue like that. For wine in D1, wine in D1, if wine is equal we have to look at D2. So for wine and D1, so we highlight the key that iterates by keys. Basically going to be like this upper function loop that we have. So for string in D2, D1 for string in D2, if wine is equal to string so we have Chardonnay, and then it goes through here. So if it's equal, so here, Chardonnay, it is equal. So if wine is equal to string, so here we have if string does not equal wine, new D adds thing. Else pass. Basically going to tell the function to keep iterating, which it should do automatically. That's really what this means. This isn't really necessary. So for wine in D1, for string in D2, so if wine is equal to the string, so if they're equal, then we access the keys. So we're going to list A, or list D1 dot append D1. Alright. Yeah, so append wine. So if these two match, which they do, then we're going to add this dictionary to a list, to one list, this list, and then we're also going to add append the string, which is the second line, add string from D2 to the second list. So need to move this list up here. Wine in D1 for string in D2. So if this wine is equal to this wine, put this in a list, and then put this in a list. And it does that for every wine. So then it's going to go to Merlot. And since these do not equal Merlot, nothing happens. So if I say so here, so else pass. So here we have Merlot, so it doesn't equal 17 or more does not equal. So list out append. So let's try. So I'm gonna add to. So I'm gonna add a Merlot to D2 here. So D2 Merlot. We're gonna say equals 2017, 23, and 2019, 23 as well. So this is gonna add Merlot to D2. So let's reprint. So D1, D2. So now there's 2 Chardonnays and there's 2 Merlots. So it's going to go Chardonnay, and it's going to say, oh, this one is equal to this. So add this to a list 1, and this to list 2. And then it's going to go to Merlot. And it's going to go Chardonnay, nothing happens. Pinot Noir, nothing happens. Merlot. Add list, add this to list 1, then add this to list 2. So basically, there's always a pair of wines. If anything is being added to a list, it means that there's a pair of wine names that are going to be added to a list, which means there's going to be the same amount of wines in the list. So these 2 lengths of these lists are going to be exactly the same, which means it's easily iterable. Alright, so it is about time for me to get some water. I'm going to end this stream and be back with water.